Hello, Randi Rain here, and I've already done a video on this little truck here from Sears that was made by Taiyo. Now, it's the same as this one, and I was working on this one. It was going to be one video, but this one is in really bad shape, even though it looks perfect. The outside is perfect, the inside is absolutely gone. So the insides on this one work perfect, but I had to redo the outside. The outside on this one is all perfect, but the insides are bad. So what I'm going to do is take all the insides and put it in this one and make a complete working, full instructions, everything, complete version of this. And I'll put that on eBay. And then I'm going to use some little electronics that I've found online from AliExpress. I'm going to see if I can't use those to get mine working again. So that's what this video is about. So let me get started. Even though this one will work, this one seems to work better. Go ahead and clean this up while I'm here. So this is the guy right here causing all the trouble. And there's what's going away. That's what I tried to fix. It actually works a little bit, but not very well. Take everything off the batteries. So all this circuit does is control two motors basically. But if you watch my last video on the tank and I used a motor controller chip, I don't think I need to because I'm pretty sure that's what that is. But anyway, when I did the tank, I set it up just like it was set up. The 9-volt just controlled the electronics, the radio frequency and all that stuff. And then the AA's is what powered the motor and the little solenoid things up here, which I will show. But I don't think I need to do that here. I think if I just run every single battery in a series, and then I can just use a voltage regulator to drop it down to 5 volts. And this can handle up to an amp, so that should be plenty. And then I'll just put 5 volts straight to this thing, and that will be the 5 volts that's going to be running everything. There's also going to be some transistors to run these things, because all this does is just 2 motor controls. So one of them's easy. This one just goes straight to the motor. These two will have to go to some transistors to run these things. But if that doesn't work, then I'll have to use a motor control like I did on the tank. is. I guess that answers that question. That doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I could get away with this. Get away without using one of these motor controllers. I don't know what I was thinking. That would have been too easy. Alright, now I've drilled a hole. This fits there. That will be screwed in. That goes there. So I need to glue these two together. Now I'll glue this here. Alright, so now the 9-volt is only running the electronics and the AA's are only powering the motor. So if I turn this on, okay, and this should make it go forward and backwards. Here we go. Bupkis. Now I'm confused. Take number 2. This time, put the batteries in there. They really don't want to work if you don't put the batteries in there. Alright, here we go. One more time. Powering on. Forward, reverse. Reverse. Yep, the other buttons don't do anything. Alright, now, did I get them correctly? This should be forward, and I didn't. That's backwards. I think the easiest one would be just to reverse it here. Powering on. Forward is this way. There we go. Backwards. Perfect. Okay, now it's the steering. So 2 of these from either side of the little solenoids that's in there. They should go straight to positive. So right here, where the positive from the batteries are coming in on the other side of the switch. These have to go to the base of the transistors. So these are NPN transistors. Actually, they're actually 2 N4401s. And so anytime they get a positive charge, they're going to turn on, and they're going to allow the emitter, which is the ground, connect to the collector. So the collector becomes ground. So since one side of these little solenoid things are already positive, when these transistors turn on, the other side is going to go to ground, which will activate them. Alright, forward and back test. Turn it on, test. On. Alright, now we'll go to the right forward. Nope, that's to the left forward. I can fix that right here. Alright, another test. This should be forward left, back. Forward left. Yep. Then reverse back. Forward right. Alright, I just ran into a problem. The way this works is by the solenoids inside here on either one of these wheels. When they go off, it slows the tire down from spinning, which causes drag. So if I want to turn right, I want to put drag here, which was going to make this side slower, which is going to make it go like that, which is going to make it turn right. If I wanted to turn left, put drag on this side. Okay. Now that's going forward. Going backwards, so if I'm going right, now if I'm going backwards and I'm still holding the right button, I still want to do it like that. But since this is causing drag, it's going to go like that. So if I want to go right backwards, this side needs to drag, so it will do that. So then I started working on a little transistor circuit, trying to get the little flip-flop so when it goes one way and the other, and then I realized, well, why am I doing that? I can just take a pickaxe chip, program it, look at the inputs from the forward and reverse and the left and right, and then it will determine which one of these should be charged up. So that's way easier. And so now I have another little section of circuit here to add on. Alright, one last thing to do. I printed out a little battery direction label. As for the remote, believe it or not, I cannot fit this circuit in there. I've tried. It almost fits here on the sides, but it doesn't. Even if I remove the circuit in there, it's still not going to work because the mechanics take up so much and the 9-volt takes up so much. So it just barely misses every way. So I had an idea to make it like this and then install it here on top. And then you could use both these and these, so whichever one you wanted to use. Then I got to thinking, I still have this Taiyo Trans Am Firebird here that still needs to be repaired that I don't have a remote for. Now this one uses 27, where this one is a 49 MHz megahertz. Someone correct me if I'm right or wrong. Can't you just change out the crystal that makes this, that makes the megahertz? And so couldn't you put like a 27 in here or a 49 in here and make this work? I think so, but I'm not sure. That's not my strong point. But anyway, if I could, I'd fix it up. I could use this to fix this up. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep this. So I printed my own. And then I was experimenting with a texture, because if you look at the remotes up close, they have a texture as well. And I wanted to get rid of the 3D print look, but it looks more like stucco. I also put a 5-volt regulator, so to drop it down to 5 volts. There's also a switch in it, in the circuit. The first thing I'm going to do is try to melt it in place. My little buttons go in. This goes in. And I also have this antenna. Can go in there. And then some way attach it to there. Okay, I think the inside, for some odd reason, is actually soldering. I'll go ahead and do a little of that. Get it back here. Then my battery door. And this goes down. So there it is, my trucks are done, which makes a perfectly good working Sears radio controlled Chevy pickup truck made by Taiyo with all the pieces in excellent condition, and it's on eBay right now, so you can go check that out. But you really want to see my little truck in action with its new remote control. Well, let me show you that, and stay tuned. So I was wanting to show these at the same time to show that they are different, that I'm not cheating. I hear some YouTube channels do that. They make me sick. But no, I'm not cheating. I actually did do this. But I noticed something. So I was going to show you that at the same time they can work. Okay. But I noticed that the old fancy one here, Fancy Pants, is way faster than mine. Like way faster. And so I changed the batteries, and that's not it. And I don't know, so you can see mine. See mine right here. And that's in low mode. And so you can see this one's all jumpy over here. That's in low mode on the gears. Okay. This one is in low mode on the gears as well. So if we race, I got to put some padding down here to, because that one just takes off. But here we go. They're going to race. So yeah, can someone explain that to me? Why is this one so slower? So yeah, I don't understand why my truck is slower. If it's an electrical thing, someone please explain it to me. Anyway, perfectly working Chevy Sears radio control on eBay right now. I've added to my collection of these, I believe they're 1/24. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. I believe that's what they are, 1/24 scale. And this is my collection, and you can see I've got one more coming up, at least one more. But anyway, if you like this video, I sure would appreciate a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, of course, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are the people bringing you this stuff. I couldn't do any of this stuff and bring you a video every Saturday like this without support. And I thank these people oh so very much. And I appreciate it. And if you'd like to become a patron, of course, there are links and all that stuff. Well, that's it. That's how I remade the electronics in the little Taiyo truck. It's kind of Frankensteined all together. Anyway, thanks for watching. So here's my badass Firebird, which uses 27. Let's turn this one on and see what happens. Ooh, it did something. Oh, so forward, back makes it go forward and to the right. That's interesting. Forward is forward to the right. Back is forward to the right. Then left and right is kind of... It's interesting, huh?